What is going on, dudes? It is Dying Food back here today on the channel, bringing another video to you, the people. And guys, we need to talk about something. Over the last couple of days, I've been seeing a lot of articles popping up in my feed on all types of social media talking about Modern Warfare 2 Remastered and how the game is supposedly coming in 2019. And although it hasn't been officially confirmed by Activision in any sort of way, it's really becoming more and more of a possibility every single day, right? Because the signs are all there. I mean, first of all, none of the Modern Warfare games are backwards compatible. Modern Warfare 2, Modern Warfare 3, and COD 4, they're the only games that you can't play on the Xbox One. So that's a sign right there, because every single other Call of Duty, even Call of Duty Ghosts, which was available on both platforms, is backwards compatible. Secondly, COD 4 Modern Warfare, which you're seeing in the background here, has already been remastered, and it was extremely successful, so why wouldn't they follow up with Modern Warfare 2? Because Modern Warfare 2 is by far the most requested game to be remastered in the Call of Duty series. And the third and final reason, which I think is probably the biggest one, is that Infinity Ward's next game is due out in 2019. Modern Warfare 2 came out in 2009. That would mean it perfectly lines up with the 10-year anniversary of Modern Warfare 2 being originally released and Infinity Ward's next game. It's really a no-brainer. This game is coming. There's no question about it. And again, even though it's not confirmed, if I were a betting man, I'd put all of my money on that 2019 we are going to see Modern Warfare 2 Remastered. So where do we even start talking about this? Because Modern Warfare 2 is one of the most controversial, infamous games in the series. Well, no, it is. Without question, it is the most controversial, infamous game in Call of Duty history. And I thought today we would sit back, watch some MWR, and talk about 5 things that the developers would need to take very seriously in order to make this game a success. These are just my thoughts and are based off of nothing but logic, reason, and the current state of video games and where things are going. And guys, if you would be super pumped to see MW2R, help a brother out and leave a like on this video, and tell me in the comments below, what was your favorite thing about Modern Warfare 2? And without further ado, let's get into it. First off on my list, this would have to be the only Call of Duty release for the year 2019. Period. We cannot have a repeat of Modern Warfare Remastered, which was handcuffed to Infinite Warfare, which already put it at a huge disadvantage. I knew many people in real life who wanted to play MWR, but ended up not doing it because they had to pay $80 at the launch of Infinite Warfare to get both games, which is just crazy because this game really could have done well on its own. And it did do well, it did sell a lot of copies, but it could have been much better than it already was. And unfortunately, in order to boost revenue and sales from the poor reception of Infinite Warfare, Activision did not make this game available by itself until June of 2017, which is, you know, it's almost too little too late. And Modern Warfare 2 doesn't deserve that at all. It really doesn't. It deserves its own standalone release and title, and it shouldn't have to be attached to any other product that is being forced on us. Not only that, but it's just bad publicity for Activision in general, because everybody knew exactly why MWR was attached to Infinite Warfare. And, you know, a lot of people reluctantly bought the game also, myself included, because I wanted to play MWR so badly, but it just put a bad taste in my mouth. And even though I was, you know, kind of part of the problem in a situation like that, I wanted to play the game so bad that I bought it anyway. But that's just me and a lot of the other hardcore fans. And like I said, I know a lot of people that missed out on this game because they did not want to support Infinite Warfare, and I'm sure you guys do too. So without a doubt, that would be the first thing on my list. And not only those reasons, but just think, it's Modern Warfare 2 Remastered. This game could easily generate enough hype to support itself and be a standalone title. And quite honestly, Call of Duty really needs that right now, with all the hype surrounding games like PUBG and Fortnite. And with those games and a bunch of others currently stealing the limelight, they should even start marketing sooner than they normally would, because a lot of times Call of Duty comes out in April. Maybe we should even be hearing about MW2R next February. Basically, the sooner with something like this, the better. Number 2 on my list. I want to see this game updated for the way that modern video games are designed, right? If we just take off the nostalgia glasses for 1 minute and realize all the insane, overpowered, broken stuff that was in MW2, there's no argument that if this game is coming out as a remaster, things are going to have to change. And the first thing that would have to change, and it's going to be the most controversial, is that Activision will put supply drops in the game. There's no question about it. A lot of people didn't like that they put it in COD 4 Remastered, but that's just the way that video games are now. But that doesn't mean that the system can't be fair. Modern Warfare Remastered had a very fair microtransaction system, where you could craft the specific items that you want individually instead of having to rely on RNG loot boxes to get them. It's unfortunate. I know a lot of people don't want it, but the reality of it is that it's going to be there. So we just have to be ready for it, and hopefully it's a fair system. But moving on to what I really mean by that the game has to be updated for a modern game standard is that the one-man army's got to be fixed, right? Because it may seem like all fun and games that you could go crazy and get your nukes and stuff, but people are going to get sick of it really fast, and it's going to die out pretty quickly. The game needs to be maintained and updated for a current game standard so that people can play it and that it actually has longevity. Not only that, but since Call of Duty is so involved in esports now, it would have to be changed around to be esport friendly, which again is a controversial thing that Activision does, but unfortunately it's just been part of their design for a couple of years now. But hold on, don't freak out yet, because that doesn't mean we can't have the same fun experience that we all had 10 years ago, because here's my next idea. An OG Ground War playlist, right? So think about it like this. We have all the standard playlists like TDM, DOM, add in Demolition, add in Hardpoint, add in, you know, the new game modes like Kill Confirmed and all that stuff, and have the weapons rebalanced and one-man army fixed for those playlists only, right? So if you want to play just normal, remastered Modern Warfare 2 that's not too crazy, you can go and play those. And that's where all the competitive and the ranked play and all that other stuff would occur. But then, if you're feeling like killing dudes and going crazy using your explosives and your one-man army noob tube and all the other stuff that was broken, and you want to have all the weapons in their previous unbalanced, glorious state that we all remember them in, you go into OG Ground War, where you play TDM, DOM, and whatever else they decide to throw in there. Boom. You do something like that, you have your cake and eat it too, everybody wins. I think everybody would be happy with that. And then, even better, not only would everybody be satisfied, but we would get to experience what Modern Warfare 2 would have been like if the game were supported and patches were actually deployed before all the drama started happening with Activision and Infinity Ward. It would almost be like going back in time and saying, what if? I think the real hardcore Call of Duty fans would be thrilled with this idea. This is an idea that I haven't really heard anybody else discuss, so let me know what you guys think about that one. Next on the list, it would have to be either free to play or very low cost, and I think this is one of the areas that MWR got totally wrong on both fronts, right? Because when it was bundled with Infinite Warfare, it was $80. When it got released on its own, it was $40, and I really just think that that was too much, because a lot of the friends that I had that were waiting for the game to be released on its own didn't end up buying it because they thought that $40 was too much, and I kind of agree with them, because this is a game that came out 10 years ago. This is a game that most of us already own, and it's being made for nostalgia purposes. I don't think that charging $40 is appropriate for it. I would say $15 to $20 is probably fair, but free-to-play by then could be a better model. You know, having seen the massive success of free-to-play games like Fortnite, publishers are taking notice of this, and they have to adapt and compete. And it's really setting a new standard for gaming, I think, and maybe down the line, you know, 2019, when we think this game is going to come out, free-to-play could be the new standard, which would mean that the game is entirely funded by microtransactions, which I think could be a good thing, because then we would have opportunities to get DLC, like maps and events and other things that we normally wouldn't have, because there are no funds to support it. And this would be an ongoing thing, and we would always have something to look forward to in the game. You know, one thing I really wanted to see in MWR was new maps. Now, I know they remastered the Variety Map Pack, but I wanted to see a brand new map pack of brand new maps that we could play in this game, and that day never came, unfortunately. It would be amazing to see it in Modern Warfare 2. Last on my list, we would need to have total dedication and commitment from whatever developer was tasked with making this game to have wide open communication throughout the entirety of its life cycle. You know, I really gotta say, I'm disappointed with how Raven Software handled MWR, and it's even more disappointing because at first they were great. I mean, they dealt with some really minuscule stuff. I remember when the headshot icon was changed and people freaked out, and they actually went and changed it back and put out a statement about it. So at first, their communication was wide open, but as time went on with this game's life cycle, it really started to fade away, and it was really disappointing. If you're in charge of remastering a game as big as Modern Warfare 2, then something like that cannot happen. It has to be total dedication and focus on this game and its community, from start to finish, period. Open communication builds trust and rapport between developers, publishers, and the player base. And with all the competition and heat that's been coming along, Activision will really need that. But yeah, guys, that's it. Those are my top 5 must-haves for Modern Warfare 2 Remastered. And now, per usual, I want to know from you. Do you agree or disagree? Or what did I forget? Let me know down in the comments below. Guys, you are seriously awesome. Thank you so much for all the support. If you like this video, please leave a thumbs up on it, as it really helps me out. And don't forget to subscribe to this channel for more astonishing, mind-blowing gameplay commentary. And I will see you guys in the next one.